Hey guys, how are you doing? How are you? Are you having a good lunch break? I'm still finishing off. So while I wait for a few of you to come in and see who comes in, I'll give you a few minutes. I will share this on the other platforms. So how are you doing? How's your Friday been? Friday is a good day. It's a good day, isn't it? How's your Friday been? It's a good day. Right, let me just share this. Hey, how you doing? As you are jumping on, I'm just going to share this with some of my groups. So how are you doing? Have you been? Let me know who you are. Send me a message in the comments so I can see who you are. And if you are on any of the groups, do remember to click that link that says StreamYard so we can see who it is. So today I'm going to move forward because I'm not here for long. I'm just here to just give you a little zap. So today we're going to be talking about courage. Yesterday we did our live and it was great actually to be back. It's actually great to be back and be back on the Facebook live scenario. So today is Freedom Friday, guys. It's Freedom Friday. Excuse me. Excuse me. I was waiting for the third one because that was what we know. When I sneeze in threes. Good afternoon, Dorota. How are you doing? Right. So yesterday we spoke. We did a live. I did a live yesterday, and it was very informative. Today we're going to be talking about courage. Courage. Your strength and your stamina of mind, body, energy, and emotion with a sense of knowing. Courage. Do you have the courage to move forward? Now, for the next week or so, I am going to be talking about your personal development. I'm going to be talking about you moving to the next level, whatever it is that you want to do. I am a speaker coach. I help people to present. I help people to be visible. I help people to be more credible. Right? So, how are you showing up in your life? And are you really and truly, are you showing boldness in what you're doing? Are you showing that are you showing up and being courageous in your own life? Because at the end of the day, you are the orchestrator of everything that you do. Everything that you do comes from you. So if you believe that you can, you can. And if you believe that you can't, what's the outcome? So today we're talking about courage. And sometimes we need the courage to take a step forward. Sometimes we need the courage to actually put our lives back on track. It has been a very extraordinary time for everybody in the world. Some of us, some people have really excelled, and some people have stayed the same, and some people haven't. Some people have struggled with mental health. Some people have struggled with their relationships. Some people have struggled with their weight. Some people have struggled with just communicating. There's been a lot of things going on, and a lot of things have progressed, and a lot of things have demised as well. But I'm talking about courage today. Do you have the courage to take back control? Because when you are in control, it does actually, or when you feel like you're in control, it actually does help with the mindset, with your mental health. When you feel that your back is against the wall and you can't do anything to change the situation that you're in, then that's when your mental health starts and your mind chatter and the imposter syndrome starts to kick in. So I'm talking about courage today. And if you have the courage to take that step to do something for you. Good afternoon, Susan. Happy New Year to you. Lovely to see you here as well. Do you have the courage? Is there something that you really want to do in your life? Is there something that's really laid on your heart? You might want to be a preacher. You might want to write a book. You might want to run your own business. You might just want to foster children. You might want to do whatever it is that you want to do. But to do what you have to do takes courage. And when you don't have courage, or when you feel alone, or when you feel afraid, when you are disconnected from the source that is you, the source that is the godlike person within you, you are disconnected from that spiritual walk that you need to be walking on. You are disconnected from the very essence of who you are. And so I'm talking about courage today, and I'm talking about courage today because there is something that I'm going to offer to you at the end of this call. I'm going to be very, very transparent with you. I'm going to make an offer for you to join me on my 21-day accelerator to reconnecting back with yourself. Now, this is something that we all need, because wherever you see people that are doing all great things in the world, they are connected to their life source, to themselves, to their heart source, their spirit, their soul. They are connected. There's a gel, there's a coming together. And this is when you start to feel that you can't, or when you start to feel like you're not good enough, when you start thinking those kinds of things, you are disconnecting from your source. You are disconnecting from who you actually are. Right. And I want you to understand this, because lots of people say, oh, do this and do this, take 5 pills and spin around and you'll be fine. But actually, no, what you need to do is reconnect with the self. That's right. That's right. Susan said we have to reconnect back to our power source, which lies within us. Absolutely. Boom. Mic drop. Yes. And that's it. And it's the beginning of the year, and I could just go into teaching about doing this and how to do that. But actually, the fundamental thing here is that we have to reconnect with ourselves. And so many of us, so many people are disconnected, especially with what's going on. There's been so much fear planted in us. Whether we believe it or not, whether we want to acknowledge it or not, seeds of fear have been dropping since 2019. If you don't do this, this is going to happen. If you don't do that, that's going to happen. And so we all start to live in fear of what could happen. And none of us have the foresight to know what could happen. Right? That's the long and short of it. Seeds of fear. And when you are living in fear, you are then decapitated. You can't function as you should. So again, we need to reconnect. We need to reconnect back with the source. Dorota is saying, for me, courage is to surrender and acceptance of everything that is, and showing up for everything that is work, chores, responsibilities. Absolutely. Absolutely. We must show up 100%. We must. When there is a disconnect, that means that you're disconnected from your own reality. Yeah, you're disconnected. I wrote something about it the other day, and I was trying to find it, what I wrote, because I thought it was quite an amazing thing to write. Actually, I said that was a download from the Holy Spirit, because that never came from me. But we're talking about courage, so I want you to think about this. When were you last courageous and brave? I want you to just think about that. I want you to go back in your mind and think about when you were last courageous, or when you were last felt brave. When was that moment? What did it look like? If you've got a pen and paper, write it down, because you're going to need this. Right? Write it down. The next question I'm going to ask you is, if you could be brave enough to start and change something, would you? And that's all about taking that 100% responsibility, as Dorota has said. If you could be brave enough to start and change, or change something, would you do it? And what would be the impact of having more courage in your life? What impact would it give you? This is a lunchtime break, guys, so I'm drinking my tea and eating my lunch. Those questions, if they're those questions for you, I want you to think about those, and then put whatever answer you give, put it into action. Just put it into action. Now, it's going to take courage to change your life. It's going to take courage to change anything. It takes courage. It takes boldness. Now, I'm running a 21-day Accelerator. It means it's every single day. It's online. It's an online program. You work at your own pace. It's been released on Monday, the 10th of January. Now it's £21 for the basic course, 21 days. All the recordings that are in there, and you will get recordings and meditations every single day to help you to move forward to having that real connection with your own self, right? There is a bonus. There is a bonus package that has been put together. There's another video training in there. There's a journal, a downloadable journal. And there is the affirmations, inspired affirmations book as well. All going to be in there, worth £367. But you can get your bundle for £67 if you want to get everything on this thing. But if you just want the 21 days, go for just the 21 days. You'll have to buy yourself a notebook, a pen, paper, just to write down because you're going to need to take notes. But if not, go for the bundle. You get everything. You're better off with the bundle. You get everything and more. So if you feel like you want to reconnect with your source, if you want to reconnect with the very essence of who you are, your femininity, your mindset and everything, I would suggest to you to tap into this 21-day accelerator. And it's the beginning of you reconnecting, calibrating back with yourself, with the essence of who you really are at your core. And I think a lot of us need that. This work, you will do this work by yourself, with yourself. There will be a Facebook group as well. So if there are any questions, you just put your questions in the Facebook group, and then I will come in and I will answer those questions for you. So this is an online course. It's 21 days for £21. That's the basic course. But if you want everything, and that means the journal, everything to do with the course, that means the other live teaching of how to fall in love with yourself. There's loads in the bundle. You'll see that if you go online, you'll see it's in the bundle. If you want that, that's £67. Boom, one time, get yourself started. This is not about making resolutions. This is not about you making promises to yourself. This is about you actually taking action and reconnecting with who you are, so that you can then take steps forward to start living your best life. Whatever that looks like, whatever you want to do, wherever you want to go, and however you want to play it, it will give you the confidence to do that. It will help to lift your self-esteem and your self-worth, so that you are actually able and ready to move forward. Okay, so that's it. I'm done. That is it. This is the morning break. The afternoon brunch. Do you have any questions? Is there any questions that you want to answer me while I'm here? I've got 2 more minutes. While I'm here, if you have any questions, quickly pop them on the thread and I will answer them as quickly as I can. As quickly as you can. If there's any more questions. Okay, for the 20, yeah, the questions coming on. I guess you'll type in something. And this is why I'm thinking that next week I'm going to open up a Zoom room. And so that we can actually converse, because I think it's so much better. I'm going to open up a Zoom room. It'll still be on Facebook, but we're going to do it via Zoom. Right, so the question is, for the 21 days program, is the initial call on the 10th or the 9th of January? The initial call is on the 10th. It starts on the 10th of January, Monday, the 10th of January. Normally, when I do these, I start it on a Sunday, but this is a little bit different. Normally, it's a live workshop. And so I started on a Sunday we converse, and we all get to meet each other so that we know we can trust each other in that room. This is slightly different. This is an online course. So you are working at your own speed, your own time, your own kind of thoughts. And so the conversations that we have will take place in the Facebook group. That's where the conversations will take place. So this is more personal. Normally it's more open and we're in a room and everybody gets to see each other. But there are some things that people don't want to say or divulge or talk about in front of others, and it can hinder the process. So this time what we're doing is giving everybody their individual own space to work at their own time. And it's 21 days. It's there. If you buy into the bundle, it's a lifetime thing. So you have it there for a lifetime. But I want you to kind of start moving, start from day one and really stick with it. This is really about, when I talk about reconnecting with the self, this is really about setting yourself apart from others. Normally what we do is we set others, we do all of that for other people. But actually what we need to do is set ourselves apart. Set yourself apart, give yourself some time, give yourself the nurture and the love that you deserve. And this is all part of self-care, self-love, self-esteem building, self-worth building, all of those things to do with the self. This is what this is about. It's very, very important that you give yourself time, because what hasn't happened, especially over the last 2 years, is that we haven't given ourselves any time. We've just gone along, we've heard a lot of stuff, we've believed a lot of stuff don't make much sense. And so confusion is set in. Where there's confusion, there is fear. Where there's confusion, there's uncertainty. When there's uncertainty, our behavior changes and the way that we think changes. And so this is about home, bringing everything back home. This is about grounding ourselves. This is about preparing ourselves. Really and truly, the best time to have done this would have been in November, but I cancelled November because I had that car accident, so I was unable to facilitate it then. So we've brought it into January. It's 21 days. So by the 31st of January, you should be more connected with yourself than what you ever have been. And by the 31st of January, you should be ready to say, right, I want to do this. This is the vision. And then we will help you to create that vision and make that vision come into play. Yeah, I will make, at the end of the month, I will make another proposition to you and ask you to join the academy, our GEM Academy for women, and you will then start to build up your vision and work on it, and work on whatever goal you have, whether it's writing a book, whether it's speaking on stage, whether it's having a business, whether it's making body butters, whatever it is that you want to do, that you see yourself doing by the end of this 21 days, then we will be here to help you along your journey so that you fulfill everything that you say you want to do in your life. I hope that answers your question. So it's on the 10th. It opens on the 10th of January. That's when it will be available. All right. So are there any other questions? Gosh, I've spoken a bit more, so you've had time to speak on more questions. Right. So anyway, I'm going to call it a day. I've got some work to get on with. So I will see you back here at 1 o'clock on Monday. Ciao for now.